pano pa Parliament TV leo lachisanu pa 7 August 2026 pomwe tikupitiriza kukupatsirani tsatanetsatane wa zokambirana za aphungu kuno ku nyumba ya malamulo. Muli ndine Linda Masinga. Ndondomeko ya zokambirana za aphungu ya lero ikusonyeza kuti aphungu ayamba zokambirana zawo pofunsa mafunso kupita ku maunduna osiyanasiyana. Maunduna omwe akuyembekezeka kuyankha mafunsowa ndi unduna owona za maphunziro, science ndi technology, unduna owona za umoyo ndi ukhondo ndi unduna owona zofalitsa nkhani mwa ena. Ndondomekoyi ikusonyezanso kuti aphungu awiri afunsa mafunso motsogozedwa ndi gawo 69 la malamulo oyendetsera zokambirana za aphungu, ndipo phungu wa dera la Lilongwe Msinja South akuyembekezeka kubweretsa nkhani yofunika ku dziko motsogozedwa ndi gawo 14 la malamulo oyendetsera zokambirana za aphungu. Tikuyembekezanso kuti nduna zingapo zipereka mayankho a malipoti a makomiti omwe adaperekedwa kale mnyumbayi, komanso makomiti osiyanasiyana a nyumbayi akuyembekezeka kupereka malipoti awo. Nyumbayi ikuyembekezanso kumva malipoti kuchokera kwa nthumwi zomwe zinayimirira nyumba ya malamulo pa ntchito zosiyanasiyana m'mayiko akunja. Kumbali ya boma, ndondomeko ikusonyeza kuti kukhala lipoti lochokera kwa unduna owona za mayendedwe ndi ntchito za boma, komanso malipoti apachaka a nthambi za boma. Pokhala tsiku lotsiriza la zokambirana za aphungu mu mkumano wa umenewu wachitatu mu 52nd session, mtsogoleri wa zokambirana za aphungu nyumbayi akuyembekezeka kupereka pempho kuti nyumbayi imalize zokambiranazi motsogozedwa ndi gawo 18 la malamulo oyendetsera zokambirana za aphungu. Aphungu a nyumba ya malamulo akuyembekezeka kutsiriza zokambirana zawo zachitatu mu mkumano wa namba 52 umenewu lero atakumana kwa sabata zisanu. Tipitirize kukhala limodzi kuti titsatire zonse monga zichitikire kuno ku nyumba ya malamulo. If you're just joining us, welcome to Parliament Broadcasting today, Friday, 7th August 2026, as we continue with our live broadcast of the third meeting in the 52nd session of Parliament. The House is expected to rise sine die after 5 weeks of deliberations. Let us take a look at today's order paper to get a glimpse of the business that is expected in the House today. Under general business, the House is expected to tackle questions on notice to ministries for oral replies. And the ministries that are expected to take the questions on the floor are the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, the Ministry of Health and Sanitation, as well as the Ministry of Information and Communications Technology, among others. The House is also expected to tackle questions under Standing Order 69, as well as a matter of urgent public importance under Standing Order 14. The order paper also indicates that a number of ministers will present responses to committee reports. Still under general business, we expect presentation of committee reports and a presentation of delegation reports. Under government business, the House is expected to tackle a ministerial statement and statutory reports. And we are also expecting the Honourable Leader of the House to move the adjournment sine die motion under Standing Order 18. Let us cross over to the chamber for today's deliberations. You're with me, Linda Masinga. I urge you to stick around.
Let us pray. Almighty God, who in your wisdom and goodness has appointed the office of the rulers and parliaments for the welfare of society and the just government of the people, we ask you to behold with your abundant favor as your servants, whom you have been pleased to call to the performance of the important trusts in this land. Let your blessings descend upon us here assembled, and grant that we may treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just and faithful manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of this country and of those whose interest you have committed to our charge. Amen. Zomba Marosa, please switch off your mic.
General business, communication from the chair.
Thank you. I have no communication to make this morning. Yes, Leader.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker, sir, and the entire House. Welcome on our last day of the journey. Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move that the order paper be valid in order for us to start the day with government business. Item B, statutory reports by the Minister of Finance. I beg to move.
Thank you, Leader. Honourable members, we have a motion to vary the order paper in order for us to allow presentation of statutory reports. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried.
Government business, item B, statutory reports. The Honorable Minister of Finance, Economic Planning and Decentralization to lay at the table the Auditor General's report on the accounts of government for the year ended 31st March 2025.
Thank you. Honourable Minister of Finance.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I beg to present the papers standing in my name under item 3BI of the order paper. I beg to move.
Thank you, Minister of Finance. Sergeant at Arms. Honourable Minister, do you wish to speak to your papers?
No, Mr. Speaker, I want to refer the report to the Public Accounts Committee of Parliament.
Honourable members, we have a motion. The motion is to refer the papers to the Public Accounts Committee. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried.
Government business, statutory reports, Roman numeral number 2, the Honorable Minister of Finance, Economic Planning and Decentralization, to lay at the table the Auditor General's report on the accounts of local authorities for the year ended 31st March 2025.
Thank you. Honourable Minister of Finance.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to present the papers standing in my name under item 3B numeral number 2 of the order paper. I beg to move.
Thank you, Minister of Finance. Sergeant at Arms. Thank you. Honourable Minister of Finance, do you wish to speak to your papers?
No, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, sir, I also want to refer this report, statutory report, to Public Accounts Committee of Parliament.
Thank you, Minister of Finance. Honourable members, we have a motion that the papers laid on the table be referred to the Public Accounts Committee. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried. Yes, Leader.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Sir, I once again would like to move that we vary the order paper in order for us to tackle general business E. Responses to committee reports, Roman numeral 4. I beg to move.
Ronka. Leader, come again, please. We didn't catch you.
Mr. Speaker, I was saying that we now tackle general business. Item E, responses to committee reports. Report Roman numeral 4, this is the Honorable, I'm sorry. This is responses, yes. Responses to committee reports, Roman numeral 4, the Honorable Minister of Mining to present a response.
Thank you, Leader. Honourable members, we have a motion to vary today's order paper in order to tackle responses to committee reports, item 2E, Roman numeral 4. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried.
General business, item E, responses to committee reports, Roman numeral number 4, the Honorable Minister of Mining to present a response to the report of the Parliamentary Committee on Natural Resources, Energy and Climate Change on the oversight visit to the Kangankunde Layer Earth Project and the related licensing matters.
Thank you very much. Minister of Mining.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. I stand to present the papers in my name under Article 2E4. I beg to move.
Thank you very much. Honourable Minister of Mining, Sergeant at Arms. Honourable Minister.
Good morning, Right Honourable Speaker and the whole House.
Can I please have order? Can I please have order?
I stand to respond to the report of the Parliamentary Committee on Natural Resources, Energy and Climate Change on the oversight visit to the Kangankunde Rare Earths Project and related licensing matters. Honourable Speaker, I rise to respond to the committee's report on the oversight visit on the project in Balaka District and its subsequent engagement with the Ministry of Mining and its institutions. At the outset, allow me to sincerely thank the committee for undertaking this important oversight exercise. Parliamentary oversight is an indispensable pillar of democratic governance and contributes significantly to transparency, accountability, and improved public administration. I therefore commend the committee for the professional manner in which it discharged its constitutional mandate. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Kangankunde Rare Earths Project is indeed one of Malawi's most strategic mining projects. As rightly observed by the committee, rare earth minerals have become increasingly important globally owing to their application in electric vehicles, renewable energy technologies, advanced electronics, and defense industries. Government fully recognizes the strategic importance of this resource and remains committed to ensuring that its development contributes meaningfully to the aspirations of Malawi 2063 through industrialization, job creation, revenue generation, and broad-based economic transformation. Mr. Speaker, sir, allow me to respond to the key issues raised by the committee. The first issue, exploration activities and stockpiled material. Questions have been raised regarding blasting activities, stockpiled ore, and the exportation of mineral material. The ministry reiterates that inspections undertaken by government have not established evidence of unauthorized commercial mining or unlawful exportation of rare earth minerals. Materials exported to date have been authorized by meteorological testing, laboratory analysis, and related technical purposes under applicable regulatory approvals. Nevertheless, government appreciates the committee's recommendation for continued monitoring. The ministry, together with the Malawi Mining Regulatory Authority, other relevant agencies will continue conducting inspections and verification exercises to ensure full compliance with the law. There were also issues of environmental compliance. Mr. Speaker, sir, environmental stewardship remains a fundamental principle of responsible mining. Government notes the observations made regarding environmental and social impact assessment requirements. The ministry will continue working closely with the Malawi Environmental Protection Authority to ensure that all environmental approvals required under the law are obtained before any activities outside approved project areas are undertaken. There was also mention of geological laboratory capacity. Mr. Speaker, the committee has raised an important issue concerning Malawi's mineral analytical capacity. Government fully agrees that strengthening national geological laboratory infrastructure is essential for improving mineral governance, reducing dependence on external laboratories, and enhancing confidence in mineral valuation. The ministry has already prioritized strengthening geological and mineral analytical services as part of ongoing institutional reforms and will continue engaging the Ministry of Finance and development partners to mobilize the necessary resources for establishment and modernization of laboratory facilities. This investment will strengthen national capacity not only for rare earths, but for all strategic minerals. Mr. Speaker, government appreciates the committee's desire to ensure that Malawians derive maximum benefit from strategic mineral resources. The ministry recognizes the important role of the Malawi Mining Investment Company, MAMICO, in promoting government participation in commercially viable mining projects in accordance with the Mines and Minerals Act. Mr. Speaker, government will continue working closely with MAMICO and the Ministry of Finance to explore opportunities for strategic participation in mining projects where appropriate, commercially viable and consistent with the law. At the same time, government remains committed to maintaining an investment climate that is transparent, predictable, and attractive to responsible investors. Now, to go to the issues of compliance on the Kangankunde mine. The committee expressed concern regarding outstanding technical and operational documentation requested from the license holder. The ministry shares this concern. Compliance with license conditions is not optional. It is a legal obligation imposed by the Mines and Minerals Act 2023 and the conditions attached to every mineral right. Accordingly, where license holders fail to comply with lawful directives, government will utilize all enforcement mechanisms provided under the law, including issuance of compliance notices and, where circumstances warrant, variation, suspension, or revocation of mineral rights after following due process. My ministry, in collaboration with the Mining and Minerals Regulatory Authority and the Office of the Honorable Attorney General, has already started the process of enforcing the provisions of the Mines and Minerals Act 2023 on Rift Valley Resources Developments Limited. This process will ensure that the company complies with the law or face the consequences of non-compliance. Government's objective is not punitive action for its own sake, but ensuring full compliance with the country's legal and regulatory framework. The committee correctly observed that the mining license remains legally registered in the name of Rift Valley Resource Developments Limited, notwithstanding changes in the company's shareholding. Mr. Speaker, the ministry wishes to reaffirm that the Mines and Minerals Act 2023 clearly distinguishes between a change in corporate ownership and the transfer of a mineral right. Acquisition of shares in a company does not automatically transfer a mining license. A transfer of a mineral right can only occur following a formal application with the provisions of the Act. In this regard, the ministry has formally engaged the license holder, requiring compliance with the statutory procedures. The ministry assures this House that this matter is receiving due attention and will be concluded strictly in accordance with the law. There was also an issue on determination of the appropriate license category. Mr. Speaker, sir, the committee has raised legitimate questions regarding whether developments at the Kangankunde mine warrant reconsideration of the existing license category. Government wishes to emphasize that under Section 144 of the Mines and Minerals Act 2023, classification of a mining operation is based on statutory criteria, including production capacity, capital investment and workforce, among other prescribed conditions. The ministry has already requested the Mining and Minerals Regulatory Authority to undertake a comprehensive technical assessment based on verified information submitted by the license holder, together with independent verification where necessary. The outcome of that assessment shall determine whether the current license category remains appropriate or whether regulatory action should be taken. Government is committed to ensuring that no mining project operates under a license category inconsistent with the law. Mr. Speaker, sir, the ministry wishes to assure this House that the concerns raised by the committee are already receiving active attention. The ministry has engaged the license holder regarding outstanding compliance matters, and the Malawi Money Regulatory Authority is undertaking the necessary technical assessments. Regulatory inspections continue to be undertaken, and government institutions remain fully committed to resolving all outstanding issues relating to the project. Every decision taken will be guided by evidence, technical expertise, and the provisions of the Mines and Minerals Act 2023. To conclude, Mr. Speaker, sir, government appreciates the committee's constructive recommendations, and many of the recommendations are consistent with actions already underway within the ministry and its institutions. The ministry remains committed to ensuring that the Kangankunde Rare Earths project proceeds in a manner that protects Malawi's national interests, safeguards the environment, promotes responsible investment, and delivers sustainable socio-economic benefits to our people. Government also wishes to reassure this House that while we are determined to attract investment into the mining sector, No investor is above the law. Likewise, government will ensure that regulatory decisions are made fairly, transparently, and objectively, based on the law and verified technical evidence. In closing, Mr. Speaker, sir, I thank the Parliamentary Committee for its diligent work and assure this House that the Ministry will carefully consider all recommendations contained in the report as we continue strengthening governance of Malawi's mining sector. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister of Mining. Honorable members, I now open the floor. Lilongwe Nyanja, you have the floor.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker, for recognizing the people of Lilongwe Nyanja constituency. I would like to personally thank the Honorable Minister for a good response towards the mining report, especially from the committee. Listening to the Minister, I can see that there's hope, and I would like to ask him to continue the path he has started taking. Because as a country, we are facing a lot of forex shortage, and there's no any other thing that we can do as a country apart from supporting the mining sector. This is what is going to help us earn more forex. Your Honor, the Speaker, listening to the Minister, I really want to ask one thing. Is the Minister communicating to this great nation that all this time, this mine was operating without license? Is this what we're receiving as Parliament, as Malawi? Because listening to the Minister was just here, unless others were not listening. But listening to the Minister, it is very clear that this mine was operating without a license. Is this how we can do the things? Absolutely no. If we were to expedite the process of recouping a lot of forex for this great nation, there's a need to regulate. And there can never be a regulation without provision of a proper, functional, and legit license. Can we expedite on this? What if the committee or this Parliament had not gone there? It simply means the operation would have continued without a proper license. At this stage, maybe the question that we must be asking each other, listening to what the Minister was saying here, how many tons have been taken out of this country in form of samples? What is the value of such kind of things? As a country, how much can we recoup out of the samples that have been taken out of this country as just mere samples? These are things that we must be asking each other as a country. Your Honor, the Speaker, in my view, the operation of this mine must be suspended. Because as of now, even as it's in operation, Malawi as a country will not benefiting anything. We need to suspend this and make sure that we put up regulations, proper regulations, so that when they start operating, they're operating on the basis that Malawians are going to benefit. Because in this case, they are just benefiting at the expense of Malawians. And I would like to have a proper audit of how much has been taken out and how much are we supposed to gain as a country. And the Committee of Mine and Natural Resources has to go back, maybe give it 30 days, to at least inspect and have a proper overview of whatever has happened. Otherwise, we'll keep talking and turn Parliament into a talk show, but we're not biting. It is time that this parliament has to start biting so that as a country we can start regaining something out of these malpractices. I would like to propose, Your Honor, the Speaker. I don't belong to that committee which did this, but maybe you give it 30 days, Your Honor, the Speaker, that they must go back and do a serious way so that out of that, Malawians can start benefiting. And everyone can start benefiting from the Forex and have a lot of services which we are facing problems. With these remarks, Your Honor, Your Honor, the Speaker, I would like to thank you for recognizing the people of Lilongwe Nyanja constituency, and thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Lilongwe Nyanja. I see.
Maybe, Your Honor, Speaker, sorry, my apologies.
Yes.
When we're talking of this mine to be audited, kindly consider that that committee must go round to all the mines to check what is happening there. Because if we just pick one, it will be seen like we're being personal. But let's audit all the mines and have a clear picture of what is not happening and who is betraying who. And when we do that as a country, we'll be facing the future with hope, without involving politics, but just making sure that we're doing these things. Thank you so much, and I wish you well, my dear brother, Water Minister of Mines. Thank you.
Thank you, Lilongwe Nyanja. Lilongwe Site na Ngwenya, is it Ngwenya? Yes, you have the floor.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. And allow me to thank the Honorable Minister for that very clear statement and addressing the concerns raised by the Committee on Natural Resources. Firstly, Right Honorable Speaker, on the issue of a license, currently, my understanding is that they currently hold a medium license, and that you're now scrutinizing the data that's being provided to see whether it can be upgraded to a large mining license. We would like to encourage you to do that as a matter of urgency, because the two licenses have different beneficiation to the community. If it's a large mining license, then the community, the CSR, everything is upgraded. So we would urge you to do that as soon as possible. On the issue of the laboratory, strengthening the capacity to analyze minerals in this country. As we sit here, in as far as the committee is concerned, I think we only have one laboratory, and it's not accredited, and it's at must. I just want to find out from the minister whether this laboratory can, whether all the minerals in this country, because it's not just gold, it's not just rare earths, we have niobium, we have titanium, we have all manner of minerals. Can all these tests be conducted at this one laboratory, or we need to develop other capacity? My other question is, we've seen our people coming from South Africa. Xenophobia has forced our people to come back home, but some of these people have skills that could be better utilized back home. I would like to find out whether, as you register the people that are coming back home, you have a data of what skills they have, so that we maintain this for future use. They could go gain employment, or as we develop other mines, these ones will be put to good use. The other one, Madam Right Honorable Speaker, is the issue, the policy, government policy, that we have to do primary processing of our minerals in Malawi. And this is a very good initiative, but a policy is just a policy. and we have a lot of minerals in Malawi. It would be naive to think that we can do all primary processing in Malawi. Which ones are priority for primary processing in Malawi? Because not everything, from what I gather, rare earth, there is no country that does primary processing of rare earth outside China, which means we'll still be forced to export raw materials in as far as rare earths are concerned. So if we could, what is the policy like? Because it is such a blanket policy, we have to unpack it. What is it we want to prioritize? My other comment, Right Honorable Speaker, is on our artisanal gold miners. These ones are, there's gold all over the place and people are mining gold. People are selling all over the place. You can just go across the border, I'm told, you sell your gold and you are paid in dollars. If you sell to the Reserve Bank, it's a whole process. It takes forever before you get paid. What incentive are we putting in place to ensure that this gold that is being smuggled out of the country is sold to the Reserve Bank so the country can benefit, so the ministry knows exactly what is they have? Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, for allowing me to raise my concerns. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Rumpi West.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for giving an opportunity to the people of Rump West to seek clarification from the able, eloquent minister who has ably handled almost all issues that were raised by the committee, his committee. One, I wanted to get it clear whether the export ban on raw minerals as directed by the president still stands with the Kangankunde or mine, or there is a special arrangement with that mine, because it showed they had two letters. The other one bans the export, the other one allowing them to export. So I just wanted to, for the sake of maybe the media, to capture it clearly, whether the ban still stands on the export of raw materials on the Kangankunde mine. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, sir, I wanted to find out through the minister, maybe with the help of the Minister of Justice, whether there is no any danger with the Rift Valley mine, which is registered in Malawi, but under Australian Stock Exchange, it is listed as Lindian. Are we benefiting anything if the proceeds goes to the owner who has 100% ownership of the mine, yet in Malawi it is under Rift Valley, while on the Australian market stock exchange is under Indian? What are the consequences? Do we have benefits from the proceeds? What is the role in terms of guiding our minerals? Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for an opportunity to raise these two supplementary questions.
I see leader.
Mr. Speaker, sir, probably let me yield the floor to the Minister of Justice, because these are legal issues. You seem to have something to say. So once the comments, then I'll come in. I submit, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Thank you, leader. Minister of Justice.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, sir, for giving the floor to me. And also let me thank the leader for yielding. Mr. Speaker, sir.
Can I have order?
Mr. Speaker, sir. Let me start before I go to the reflection from Lumpi West on the assurances in terms of the law, allow me to say one or two things. Number one is that let me remind this House about Section 12 of the Constitution of the Republic of Malawi, particularly subsection 1 and subsection 1B or 1A. It says that all legal and political authority of the state derives from the people of Malawi and shall be exercised in accordance with this Constitution solely to save and protect their interests. The point I'm making from that provision, Right Honorable Speaker, sir, is that this being a house of record, whatever we do in this house should reflect the interest of Malawians and not otherwise. For that reason, Mr. Speaker, sir, let me also remind this House about the separation of powers. This House is a legislature created under Section 8 of the same Constitution, which says, and I'll quote, Section 8 of the Constitution says, "The legislature shall be responsible for the enactment of laws and shall ensure that its deliberations reflect the interest of all the people of Malawi and that the values expressed or implied in this Constitution are furthered by the laws enacted." Let me emphasize, Mr. Speaker, sir, that whatever we discuss here, whatever decisions we make here, must be furthered and guided by the laws of Malawi. For this reason, Mr. Speaker, sir, hearing from Lilongwe Nyanja, making pronouncements and demands that all activities must be suspended, on what basis? Which law are we going to use to suspend? Right Honorable Speaker, sir. Right Honorable Speaker, sir. Right Honorable Speaker, sir. Let me urge the House that whatever decisions that we take in this must reflect the laws of Malawi. When it comes to investment, especially international investment, Mr. Speaker, sir, those investments, the investors and the government are governed and protected by the laws of Malawi. The government has got obligations, the investors have got obligations. Should we suspend willy-nilly, wantonly, the government may be taken to book and be requested, can be taken to court and be sued and pay huge compensations from the account number 1. Should we go that route, Mr. Speaker, sir? Let's respect the laws of Malawi. I know that my brother, the Minister of Mining, might respond on the issues that have been raised under this debate. Let me go to Lumpi West, Mr. Speaker, sir. Let me assure this House that there's no danger in the arrangement that Lindian Resources and Rift Valley Resources have arranged. Those are private arrangements in which Rift Valley has sold the license or they've sold the entity to Lindian. It's governed by their own arrangements. However, the Minister of Mining has made it very clear that they have requested Rift Valley Resources to complete the transfer arrangements of the shares as well as the license to Lindian Investment Resources in Malawi. Therefore, there's no danger to the investment by Lindian or in any danger to Rift Valley Resources. Therefore, let me assure the nation and the international community and the investors that the government of Malawi will protect all the investors who come to invest in Malawi. It is not the business of this House, it's not the business of the government of His Excellency Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika to harass international investors. We are not here to scare investors. We are here to provide a conducive legal environment for investment, and we would want to ask international investors to come to Malawi and invest. Invest in our mining, invest in our agriculture, invest in our tourism, and help us. That's the only way we can benefit and help this country develop. If we have provided to the international investors a conducive environment for investment in this country. Therefore, let me assure Rumpi West that there is no danger to the investment that Lindian and Rift Valley are doing in Malawi. Those investors, those who are investing in the stock exchange in Australia, in Lindian or Rift Valley, I call you to come back and reinvest in Rift Valley. We want Lindian and Rift Valley to come to Malawi and help us mine the rare earth at Kangankunde. I thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker, sir.
Thank you. Yes, Leader.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move that debate on the statement be curtailed in order for the minister to wind up. I beg to move.
Thank you. Before I give the Minister of Mining, I wanted to bring attention to the Minister of Justice that if you check the Constitution, 66 D and F, the powers of Parliament exercise such other functions and powers as are conferred on it by the Constitution or by an act of Parliament. F, exercise oversight over government's revenue and expenditure and oversee the exercise of powers and functions of the executive. Our job is just to provide oversight. It's also in the Constitution, and we will not relent. We will provide oversight through our committees. I thought your statement was more like diluting our powers. Honourable Minister, it is in the Constitution, and it's only right that I remind you. Thank you. Minister of Mining, you may wind up. You have the floor, Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I thank you very much. May I be protected, Mr. Speaker, sir?
Let me have order.
Mr. Speaker, sir, thank you very much for giving me the floor.
Can I please have order? Honourable members, we are all honourable members here. Let's pay attention to the Minister.
I am very glad this morning, Mr. Speaker, sir, to see the passion that we have, especially for the mining sector. This can only be encouraging. I've also been made aware of the questions that have been raised, and more than anything, Mr. Speaker, sir, most of the questions that have been raised, they pertain to a lack of information that as people we have. So sometimes we tend to want to act in a manner because we have not got the relevant information for us to act. In that sense, we've made it a point in our ministry to ensure that we put communication at the heart of the agenda so that we as a people, especially as Parliament, that when we do make decisions, These are very well informed decisions that we can then serve our people better and not emotional decisions. When I say this, I am particularly talking about the questions that have come across on the medium scale. What happened with the licensing was that in 2023, Rift Valley started the sale of the mine to Lindian, which was concluded last year in December 2025. And when they bought that mine and acquired that mine, they then started to mine, and it was seen from there that their capacity was a lot more than what their license could hold. This is where the bone of contention is coming in, where now we're saying that between last December and now, we're discussing with them to see what that investment is and how that license can be upgraded. Again, we are engaging with them and ensuring that the Malawian people get the best deal that they can get out of this. Lilongwe Nyanja ably said that there's a need to have laboratories. We do agree with this. And again, there's a lot of misconception, because if you are to say mine for rare earths, you can take a whole truckload of a lorry, you can get a whole lorry with a mining sample. And from that sample, you can only get maybe 0.5% of the actual rare earth from it. So you need very big samples in order for you to export. I'm not saying that there have not been any, there have been other people who have abused this, but for the most part, we have to really learn, and all the samples are governed by the laws of Malawi. So again, I think we will need a whole day to capacity build on how mining sector works, because there's been a lot of misinformation, and I know that it will be very simple for me to sit here and win political points, but it will not help the Malawian people going forward. I would rather help the Malawian people get the best deal for the Malawian people to ensure that we are very well protected. We welcome the diaspora to come in and help us with the mining sector, as we are sure that it is a very young sector. So as Lilongwe Nyanja put it, if there's anyone out there with knowledge on the mining sector that can help us, there's so many things that we need help with, we definitely accommodate that. Rumpi West, when the investors make money on the Australian Stock Exchange, that money comes to Malawi and that money is spent in Malawi. However, we are also talking to investors to ensure that they also list on the Malawian Stock Exchange. And this is something that we will see, so that Malawians benefit and Malawians can also take part in the mining sector. There's quite a lot that can be shared. There's quite a lot that needs to be shared. We'll be going all out on a campaign to ensure that our people know what we're doing in the mining sector. But unfortunately, there has been a lot of misinformation in the past, and this is something that, as a government, we can only work on, because we would rather work with facts other than emotions. I submit, on, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Honorable Minister, you were supposed to move that we refer the report to the committee, but I see leader first. Leader.
Mr. Speaker, sir, you probably may not refer a response to some committee. That would be my thinking, because we are only responding to a report that was already presented in this House. So I don't know whether that would be guided by any standing order. It's pure response, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Okay. Leader, I thought it was a report, and reports ministerial reports are referred to the committees. But in that case, it is entirely up to government.
Yes.
If it is for parliament noting,
Yes.
then parliament will take note and will act accordingly. But let me give you the chance. You stood up to say something.
Yeah, no, thank you. For me, it was to move that we now tackle general business G. General business G, Roman numeral 3, report of the Malawi delegation to the 152nd Interparliamentary Union. Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move.
Okay, thank you, Leader. Thank you so much, Leader. Just to say, Leader, that the mining issue has brought a lot of attention, and as Parliament, we'll encourage the committee, we'll sit down, we'll also involve the public accounts in terms of figures. Both committees should go around all the mines, do a proper research to help the government. We'll give you the report. And if there's no funding for that, the speakership will find funding for that exercise. Thank you. Thank you, Chair. Honourable members, we have a motion. The motion is that, as read by the Leader of the House, I now put the question. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried.
General business, item G, Roman numeral number 3, report of the Malawi delegation to the 152nd Interparliamentary Union, IPU General Assembly, and the related meeting which was held in Istanbul, Turkey, from the 15th to 19th of April 2026.
Honourable Leader of the delegation, you have the floor.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to present papers standing in my name under the item 2G, Roman numeral 3, on the order paper of today.
Thank you. Sergeant at Arms. Zimba South, would you like to speak to your report?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Please proceed.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker, sir, and indeed the entire August House. I'm presenting this report on your behalf, sir. I am just your harbinger. The delegation to the 152nd Interparliamentary Union General Assembly and related meetings which were held
Kasina, please take your seat and let's have order, please.
In Istanbul, Turkey from 15th to 19th April 2026. Mr. Speaker, sir, Parliament of Malawi was represented at the 152nd General Assembly by the following members. Yourself, Mr. Speaker, sir, as leader of the delegation, Honorable Daud Chikwanje, MP, Honorable Ruben Kanyama, MP, Honorable Francis Berekanyama, MP, Honorable Dr. Catherine Mzumara, MP, and yours truly. Mr. Speaker, sir, the 152nd IPU General Assembly was held under the theme entitled Nurturing Hope, Securing Peace, and Ensuring Justice for Future Generations. Delegates reflected on the role of parliamentarians in addressing global crises and safeguarding human rights. During the debates on the theme, delegates expressed concern over escalating wars and instability, noting their devastating impact on civilians, especially women and children. Many speakers warned of weakening democratic institutions, misinformation, shrinking civic space. The debate highlighted the erosion of women and girls' rights, with calls for stronger parliamentary oversight to protect vulnerable groups. Delegates also expressed that environmental degradation is fueling poverty, migration, instability, requiring urgent legislation action. Delegates also noted that persistent underrepresentation of young people in decision-making was identified as a source of disillusionment and instability. Mr. Speaker, sir, you contributed to the general debate on the theme where you highlighted Government of Malawi and Parliament's achievements such as farm input subsidy programs and social cash transfer. Mr. Speaker, sir, you further reported that Government of Malawi and Parliament remain committed to international cooperation and have demonstrated this through participation in global frameworks such as the Paris Agreement on Climate Change, which was adopted in 2015, and United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, which was adopted in 2015 too. After the general debate on the theme, delegates gathered at the 152nd IPU General Assembly in Istanbul, Turkey, pledged to do a number of things in the following respected parliaments: strengthening democratic, inclusive, and representative governance across generations by enhancing transparency, accountability, and responsiveness. Address structural drivers of instability by supporting policies that addresses the root cause of poverty, inequality, social exclusion, polarization, and radicalization. Promote responsible governance of emerging technology like artificial intelligence. Mr. Speaker, sir, participants at the 152nd IPU General Assembly considered an emergency item titled Urgent Need for Concerted Parliament Efforts to Preserve Ceasefire and Support Peace Building in the Middle East and other regions. During the discussions on the emergent issue, delegates expressed concern over the continued non-compliance with United Nations Security Council Resolution
2286 of 2016, which strongly condemns attacks on medical facility, humanitarian personnel during armed conflicts. Delegates noted that despite of the provisions of the United Nations resolution, there are still reports of serious and systematic violence on international humanitarian law in the ongoing conflicts in the Middle East and other regions. These violations include indiscriminate attack against civilians, destruction of hospitals and schools, the obstruction of humanitarian assistance, and the use of starvation as a method of warfare. Delegates therefore emphasize the need for all parties to respect and uphold international humanitarian law, ensure protection of civilians, humanitarian workers, and essential public infrastructure. Mr. Speaker, sir, at the previous assembly, the 152nd IPU General Assembly, debate also included a special accountability segment during which delegates were invited to share concrete examples of parliamentarian action in implementing IPU resolution decisions and other initiatives. During this segment, delegates shared national experience on youth empowerment, legislative reforms by their parliaments and aimed at strengthening fundamental freedoms and addressing gender-based violence, and non-initiatives aimed at strengthening conservation, protecting ecosystem, and promoting sustainable developments. Mr. Speaker, sir, on the 152nd IPU General Assembly also received and adopted reports from its standing committees. Standing Committee on Peace and International Security, which was entrusted with the task of debating the draft resolution, the role of parliamentarians in establishing a robust post-conflict management mechanism and restore a just, lasting peace. Standing Committee on Sustainable Development was entrusted with the task of drafting a resolution titled Building a Fair and Sustainable Global Economy, the role of parliamentarians in combating protectionism, reducing tariffs, and preventing corporate tax avoidance. Standing Committee on Democracy and Human Rights, which held debate on the next resolution, inclusive social development for all, parliamentarian strategies to promote the rights and empower people living with disability. Standing Committee on United Nations held a discussion on the importance of cooperation between United Nations and parliaments at the country level, which is seen as key to implementing of global communities. Forum for Bureau of Women and Parliamentarians. It examined from a gender perspective drafted resolution by the Standing Committee of IPU. Forum for Bureau of Young Parliamentarians of the IPU. It examined recent developments in youth participation, drawing on new IPU data showing stagnation in youth representation and a decline in youth participation. Mr. Speaker, sir, at this juncture, I wish to inform you and the entire House that during the 152nd IPU Assembly, Honorable Dr. Catherine Mzumara MP was elected as a member of the IPU Committee on Promoting Respect for International Humanitarian Law, while Honorable Francis Berekanyama was elected as a member of the Bureau on the Standing Committee on Peace and International Security. On your behalf, Mr. Speaker, sir, let me congratulate the two honorable members as they embark on their new journey. Mr. Speaker, sir, the IPU delegation from Parliament of Malawi would like to make the following recommendations in the light of what transpired at the 152nd IPU General Assembly in Istanbul, Turkey. Based on the theme of the 152nd IPU Assembly, the Malawi delegation recommends that ministries, departments, and agencies should support legislation that promote dialogue, reconciliation, and conflict prevention. Investment in community-based peacekeeping programs to reduce tension and foster unity, also to prevent conflicts. In addition, government should ensure that employment, education, and entrepreneurship opportunities are available for the most vulnerable population, such as the youth, women, and children. This will reduce inequality and strengthen social cohesion. Mr. Speaker, sir, regarding the discussions on the topic entitled Building a Fair, Sustainable Global Economy, the role of parliaments in combating protectionism, reducing tariffs, and preventing corporate taxes, Malawi delegation recommends that the Ministry of Industrialization, Business, Trade and Tourism, and the Malawi Revenue Authority should strengthen Malawi's participation in the international fora like World Trade Organization, African Union, Southern African Development Community to push for the fair trade rules. Further to this, the ministry should promote tariffs, reduce policies by pushing the fair access to markets for Malawi to export and especially our agriculture produce. In conclusion, Mr. Speaker, sir, the 152nd IPU Assembly in Istanbul reaffirmed the central role of parliaments in addressing global challenges by adopting forward-looking resolution and strengthening inclusivity. The Assembly underscored that the democratic institution must remain adaptive, equitable, resilient in the face of geopolitical, economic, and social transformations. Mr. Speaker, sir, let me end by quoting what Chinua Achebe said in Things Fall Apart. I quote, "An Utopian man does not refuse a call, but he refuses what he is told to do." End of quote. Mr. Speaker, sir, with profound gratitude, I would like to sincerely thank you, sir, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to submit this report on your behalf. Who am I to do this? I wish also to extend my gratitude to the Clerk of Parliament and Secretariat for providing technical procedure assistance throughout the Assembly. Mr. Speaker, sir, I, therefore, call upon this House to note this report of the 152nd IPU General Assembly, related meetings, and refer it to the Parliamentary Committee on International Relations for further scrutiny. Mr. Speaker, sir, I'm signing off. Thank you.
Can I worry you, Right Honorable? If you can please switch off the mic on the dispatch box. Beban.
Mr. Speaker, sir, Desakasina is one of the MPs that thinks I'm his age.
Thank you so much, Leader of Delegation. I now open the floor for debate. If there's any debate, anyone to say something? Mangochi West, you have the floor.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for according this opportunity for the people of Mangochi West to debate on the report, which has been ably presented by our former fourth
Vice President of the Republic of Malawi on your behalf. Mr. Speaker, I'm debating on the point of view as one of the members who attended this meeting. I will dwell much under the Committee of Democracy and Human Rights, in which we were looking about the law of parliament and government to make sure that there is inclusivity in our programs for the people living with disabilities. Mr. Speaker, sir, statistics doesn't lie. Statistics show that 1.3 billion people, which is about 16% of the world population, are people living with different forms of disability. And here in Malawi, according to the populations of 2018, it shows that about 1.8 million people are people living with different forms of disability. In that way, Mr. Speaker, during that meeting, Malawi presented some significant ways how we are helping people living with disability to be included in our everyday programs. Mr. Speaker, some of the interventions which were reported to the world include the following. Number one, Malawi has included people with disabilities in its constitution on the section 20 subsection 1, whereby it prohibits any form of discriminatory against people living with a disability. Number two, Malawi, as a parliament, we enacted an act in 2022 which also tries to prohibit any form of discriminatory about the people living with disability, a law, an act which is the People Living with Disability Act of 2022, to make sure that people living with disability must have access to all things according to the law as equal to the people who are normal. Remember, having a disability is not inability. Mr. Speaker, sir, in our blueprint agenda of 2063, it also included people with disability in order to achieve some of the goals about our nation. The people with disability are being included as part of our issues to be achieved by 2063. Apart from that, Malawi has got its own standing ministry, the Ministry of Gender, Women, Children, and Disability, which looks about the people living with the disability. Malawi also have got an inclusive education whereby people living with disability are being included in our mainstream education to make sure that they attain education as equal to any other child without a disability. This is very important by making sure that even the teaching and learning resources which are being used must include the teaching and learning resources for the people who have got different forms of disability, like the brailles. Mr. Speaker, again, coming with the cash transfers, in our villages we make sure that people living with disability are being included in cash transfers so that they can sustain their lives. Malawi also had established a council that looks about people with disability, as well as a trust fund where people
Twende. It's not coming through. Maybe try the other mic. Dada's mic there. Nothing. With these few remarks, thank you. Can we have our ICT technicians to check on those mics? We continue with debate. Chitipa East. We seem to have a problem with our mics. Maybe it needs to be rebooted. Mwanza Central, can we just try your mic? Nothing. VP, MCP, nothing. Try again. For health break. All right, members, while we are looking at the technical glitch, I suspend the House for health break and we'll be back at 11:37. House suspended.